Oh, bro.
So, if anyone's gonna get us canceled,
The guy.
I'm working on it, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I hope so. I hope not.
Especially,
I got something in the works.
Especially with the last podcast, you start off, oh, I got to give my apologies to the Curacao tourists, but oh, damn, bro.
To the government, no,
Government, yeah, exactly.
I think he should apologize because in the same episode, he talked about how everyone's like corrupt and mafia and shit in the government. Like, if anything was out of pocket and incorrect was that.
It was. Amen. It is what it is.
Oh my God.
Hey, but welcome back to the show, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Do we always want to introduce ourselves? Not, huh?
Nah, I think they know us by now.
Y'all know us. Y'all know who we are.
Yeah,
And if you don't know, you got
Now you
Instagram.
know.
Was it Nitschke, Daryl, Chris, Graham?
Yeah. This last time we're gonna introduce ourselves because feels very unnatural to do that.
Yeah, fair.
Bang.
But it's June. June means two things. One, it's Graham's birthday on the 13th. Para bien alvas, because
Thank you.
might be that we post this after or before, like whenever I have time. So
In July.
I'm not promising nothing, but we're filming this in the first week of June.
So weird if I have to post my own birthday post. It just feels so
Hey,
weird.
I feel the same way in the Iron House because I'm the only one that posts, but
I'm gonna tell you now, you're gonna have to do that.
Okay.
So
I got me.
So find the picture that you
got
like
me.
so much.
I got me.
I got me.
Find the picture you like about yourself the most.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, cool.
I got my own back.
Or you know what? At the end of this podcast, we'll take a picture of the three of us together. We'll use that as the happy birthday one.
We do need to do that for thumbnails. We gotta start. We gotta take at least. Sorry, we're going on tangent again, but we gotta take one picture together or something. Then we do a thumbnail.
I got you. There you go. Guys. That's bonita. There you go.
There you go. Thumbnail.
We have at least one in the pocket.
There you go.
Just standard.
But again, June also means it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's kind of weird that it also coincides with Pride Month. I don't know, which international organization got that wrong. But,
Both?
As in, it should be two. They should have their own months. You mean?
Absolutely, yeah. It both should have their own month, but you know, it's not two things that are
Yeah.
Actually, it might very be closely related. There might be a lot of people from the LGBT community who also have struggles.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good thing they're in the same month.
What's
So,
that much more?
I just learned something by talking about it.
There you go.
Which is
Podcast.
on topic. Hey, and another thing.
Podcast.
Hey, there you go. It just keeps
That's
rolling.
the universe blessing us right
Hey,
now.
you go. But it is a very important topic, and it's bueno, un tópico kuta mas ding hin nang was like you're talking about it more and more lately. But I still think it's for a lot of people still a taboo topic.
Apenas Antiano.
Exactly. I think vooral entre nós Antiano nang.
Yeah.
Então mas alto vai na geração mas traem até vir papel erover, pero like there's a lot of research coming out that there's a lot of men silently suffering, a lot of men needlessly suffering também. And I mean we can all agree that mental health is important for everyone, men, women, and everything in between.
Dogs.
But as men, I think we have more of a right and a qualification to talk about men's mental health because out of respect, I don't feel like we speak on mental health for women. Like
Don't even have an idea what they go through, so can't.
So all we should be able to we should talk about with some kind of authority is mental health.
That's all I'm on.
Yeah. And you guys know it's a topic that I've always found very important. Like am I the one you guys know that has brought up the most, talked about it the most? Because I feel like I do it more than most people.
As in
you bring it out often,
group,
yeah.
Yeah, and also like online and stuff, like with the stuff that you do with Typhoon.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I think it's a very important topic.
Hey, thanks to you, I found out I was an icky guy.
Lame, bro.
I didn't even know how that joke was supposed to land.
Lame. You're an icky guy.
But yeah, important topic, and I think it's the right month to talk about some stuff. And I also just want to see if we can kind of figure out why it's so awkward or weird for Antiano men
Machismo.
to talk about it, and also if we feel that there's a easier way to create more healthy conversation about it. Because I think men in general have trouble talking about shit.
Yeah.
And like putting a spotlight on their mental health or even caring about their mental health.
Yeah.
And from generational trauma to social expectations, there's so many things that influence it. And there's probably more unhappy men out there than happy men. If the data is any indication. And there's very frightening, suicide rates for men, twice as much as there is for women in most years' indexes. So a lot of scary shit that thinks like, hey, if we can start solving the problem just by talking about it, I think we owe it to at least some of our male listeners
Yes.
to try and talk about it.
Gewoon steentje
Is it a
bij.
topic that you guys are comfortable talking about? Like not just with me, because we're comfortable, I assume, with everything talking to each other.
Hey, depends on kung real ba saan kaya pa bira ta kinang. So nos pa bira hobby real, of nos po gewoon kira público.
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between, yeah.
Somewhere in between.
Like
I need to, you have to air out all your dirty laundry. Wat er gewoon?
if it's not in the benefit of yourself, then you shouldn't do it for anyone else's sake.
No, sowieso.
Zo.
But like in general, do you guys feel comfortable talking about mental health? Like
Sí,
about,
seguro.
about being vulnerable, about your
Seguro.
worries and your stuff?
Seguro. No necessariamente com everybody. Pero, yeah, tem certa na começar comigo approach and we say, hey, ik ook dat eraan door me niet te comprender of me te zien type of way. Not even comigo buscando antwoord of zo. Pero gewoon para mí uit until the process die uit de meeste je daarmee manier comprender que como te sintiendo que me pensando que todo cosa. Dus I'm still best open to that, yeah.
So about Sam,
I believe nothing of that.
So I don't do it. I don't talk about it often, but it's not that I'm not uncomfortable or afraid to talk about it.
I was gonna say because being comfortable with doing it and actually doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it's not. I guess in my nature. I guess I'm a very close person, as you guys know. I'm get to know because close to the chest. But no, I'm not.
You think that's in your benefit or in your detriment?
I guess both. I guess it has a good side and a bad side.
So? What would a good side of it be? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of men who are like that. They don't open up about that kind of stuff.
True. I think a good side was that I think it's not everybody has to know your business. What's going on exactly in your life or what you struggle with. Because een beetje extreem gezegd, but 10 hinna po hoe ze contribute of in a bad way.
Is that an actual concern you have? Like that people could use your vulnerability against you?
Kind of, yeah, somewhere.
Who the fuck do you hang out with that you're worried about someone sabotaging you?
But my close friends mean to worry. But
you didn't do it out tampoco.
True, but that's as a nature. I'm a very like again, me to mind talk about it, but
and that's what I'm saying. Like if it's not in your detriment, because say like, of course, not everyone has to know your business, but we're not just everybody. What's it called? Like,
true.
Like, but like, it's also it's good that not everyone knows your business, but is it not also bad that no one knows your business? What's it called?
I guess
because you open up the least of everyone.
Yeah.
Out of the 5 of us, our 5 closest homies.
You could say so. Yeah.
I mean,
so maybe this we should just force Graham to open up now. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean,
go.
Ask you how was your vacation? Oh,
it was good.
It was good, man. I had some drinks, had some food. It was a good time. I'm like, okay, cool story. I guess. I guess you went to Curacao.
Also, not very convenient for a podcast where the point is to talk about stuff.
I go for you. Try and become a storyteller. Tell us stories.
All right, I'll do that.
Because you have your moments where you can rattle off your story.
He's perfectly fine. All the details.
Or an embarrassing story about someone else.
Exactly that.
So everything in met mate.
In moderation.
So moderation. Dat is gewoon een dikke holdback. Was dat gewoon? En was dat gewoon want de kansen in de moed.
Do you think the same reasons why you hold back from opening up and being more vulnerable is the same reason why most Antianos do it?
Think you can relate? Mite kere kusi. Yeah, mite kere kusi. But mite kere, for most Antianos, it's also a some machismo and
false sense of machismo.
Yeah, and what's been taught to them from generation to generation to generation.
Generational curses.
Yeah, which I don't think that's in my case. I don't think that's it. But mite kere zit met de draag bij. Of why Antianos do not want to talk about male Antianos don't want to talk about it and share as much and about their mental health. They're perceived as weak or as less. Was dat gewoon?
Environment.
Sí, en de momento na corsa cultura de outra cara frus. Was dat gewoon?
Was dat
como saco op Antiano nothing good grip on their mental health. Si boa potreado na di fiesta. Eu não tanto que ikaw, no? Wakas tu potreado ko sa cada hombo ko ta rimo potreado anto nang nota smile of nota durf die smile. Ko ita sino generational trauma. Echt such a delusional sense of self-worth. So, potreado gewoon gezellig, want ku boshi moe, tu het leuk meneer. Als de best, ga is Nicky. Tipo potread of ko nang vrij of algo.
Gewoon tense. They're just
I'm not happy met de miserables.
Koita a biggest evidence of fucked up male self-worth and like bad mental health, in my opinion.
Esa tunggu tamu tunggu ciki na karsolasi Jayon to team face na karsol. Kaya my face Jayon. Awat some point maiega. Ando mito bay banho. Awat mito o rei largo di hendo mo kendo amber. Mito hendo amber na face nunca se ni rei, basta ko. So mito kana bay di lanti de senhora pa mi puntra gewoon ta nanda guardando of ti rei pa hendo amber of kio. Miniacha se puntra om hey, ki konto jave. Bedoel lang stoer? Am dus ja, que tá rustig. Como que me bodo me stoer para rei. De jave met de punta senhora que se ni rei pa hendo amber of ta kita passando so.
Insecurities.
Ja, no sa ni rei pa hendo amber. No jave. En man bisam ja, okay, da rustig. Om te kita ribe komen. All I did was ask. I mean, al bula bud land, no por assim nada, gewoon. Dus me que informar o que tá passando. Mas em nankaba basang sa de cultura aqui, para nankaba nanda riba on edge. Clapa pa hiringa.
Clapa bringas, ja.
But
that's all indications of
it's precies. Yeah.
And a lot of things are linked to your mental health. Your sense of self-security and self-love is a big one.
Yeah.
And your sense of self-worth. Dus, and the problem with when you suffer from those things, it usually expresses themselves as, aggression or ego or like overconfidence narcissism. Dus wat we here they have bad attitudes, they're narcissistic. They might not be narcissists, but they're narcissistic.
Yeah.
And they behave in that way, and they get painted in that light, which makes people treat them a certain way, which is also detrimental to mental health. So that would spiral much more, so like you can't get to the root cause.
Yes.
But wanneer die kon je gewoon bij fiesta en toen gaan we erbij na pa tof.
Ja.
En meestal pa bij en pa gos die muziek, pa baila ko moe af
busco moe
pa enjoy. But Bible bunga tough. The Bible para kan di muraya. It's so imprinted in us that that's normal that we can't see how abnormal it actually is.
Yes, true.
Pero así no me está echt aan je triest toe. Like, you're gonna be at a party and you're not gonna have fun, dude. Your song comes on en toen único que botas está.
Ik kan die op na kaas, die speel, wat de kanten neem een borstel, kanten de baile te move, pero en naam wat we nemen. I love this song, but no one can know.
With the head bob, en dan zien we met name with the walk when you walk with the head bob.
Always die beheup move. Maar betekent dat one of the biggest things que te causa opi sofrimento na ene hambo tá. Nossa que tá echt manly. How real men behave, what's really associated with being a real man, false sense of manhood, false sense of machismo. Could put all these restraints and all these barriers and all these expectations on you.
Yeah.
Could pôr e te forçar a actar de certa maneira, e te pôr de maneira. It doesn't feel natural to me. Me look at have more fun. Me look at let my guard down. Me que gewoon bas like me matinang. Pero I'm supposed to behave this way, and I'm supposed to want to behave this way.
Yeah.
Dus but two conflicting things hitting each other.
Yeah.
En dan moet ik dat pôr assim na do hende gewoon vroeg in aan cabeça, que não te gewoon act out of get stuck.
Probably.
Was gewoon
most likely.
So gewoon die home bij casa bij Jora, pas om na per een chance to have a good time.
No, yo no bij casa bij Jora, no bij casa bij Bebe.
Também ding.
Dus esse também algo que hobby comum de nossa cultura.
So mag die Jora, como não, mag die Jora.
Exatamente, no.
But that goes with like how do we get from the illusion of what people think a real man should be to what we all can agree on that a real man should be? Because I still think like manliness is important. But manliness is not exclusive to men, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those conversations where everything you say is a landmine. So you have to like preface everything before you say. But both men and women can have like feminine and masculine qualities. That's gewoon the nature of the world. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to be the kind of man that you are, but like what makes a good man? Was it going like what do you guys like look at in a man and say those things make me respect you as a man? Okay. And what are things that you guys see men do to be like, whether that's culturally expected or that's just like learned helplessness or trauma, that you say, okay, that's the kind of shit that makes me not respect you as a man.
As a man. Yeah, well, that's a very hard question to answer.
So let's start with the machismo thing.
As in, como a man.
There's a lot of layers to being like a macho. And like thinking that you have to do everything by yourself. You can't ask for help, which is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
Anyone who ever did anything worth talking about did it with help.
Yeah.
You can't name a single person that you think is the shit who didn't do it without help.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Was it going from Alexander the Great to Michael Jordan? Everyone had a shitload of help behind them.
See.
So not asking for help is a big thing.
Yeah.
I feel like Sam, me punta niyo dami, meet us walk.
Yeah.
And then go into that, thinking that weakness means a removal of strength. That's a big like. It's a paradox we wrap our head around, but I think if I'm weak, that means I'm also less strong. Like no, your weakness has nothing to do with your strength. So it's not a +2 -1.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. But if I show signs of weakness, that means I'm less strong.
Yeah.
Was it wrong?
Yeah.
So that's also something that trips people up a little bit. Like the having to be aggressive.
So that's definitely, that's on tomorrow. I mean, I get that ding, vooral dinges culture dan met the whole, what is that? The multiple women, the cheating thing. How that's kind of praised in our culture, no? In
a lot of cultures.
Like, well, you turn a blind eye to shit. I'm saying don't snitch, but don't be a snitch. But you turn a blind eye.
Yeah, I think that kind of like ignorance and naivete is a poisonous pill, huh?
Yeah, but true. But it's also part of it still, no? I don't go in.
So like, I think it's a lot more manly to be devoted and have the discipline
to stay devoted,
to not only not cheat, because that's one level of it, because that's just, you can just choose not to be an asshole.
Yeah.
But also, if your relationship isn't going the way you want to be man enough to put in the work to fix it. Either fix it or end it.
Yeah.
Was that going?
Have that conversation to minst.
But in that same breath, I think it's also a manly thing to be able to come to the terms of, okay, you know what? This isn't working. I'm trying to make it work, but not nipa ami nipa e. This is not going to work out.
Exactly.
I'm going to end it amicably. Hey, it's not going to work out. I wish you the best. You go do your thing, but I'm going to go do my thing here. Instead of making it into a whole, but I hate her and this and that.
Exactly. That's to me is also like a very unmanly thing. Like that's real men don't break up with their girl and then treat the mother of their children like shit.
No, but even
set up the horrible generational bad example of meneer. Amit dat mama meneer kaka.
Yeah.
But I miss this mama.
Yeah.
Was it going?
Yeah.
And like when they grow up and they see the example you set, kids are sponges. Like exactly what you showed them, that's how they want to think to behave. That's what they look up to.
Yeah.
This papo tratabo, and even if the other person's an asshole, like that's also an unmanly thing. That's what a lot of people don't like to hear. But treating someone a certain way because how they treat you is very unmanly. That's a very weak mindset way. How you treat people should always be absent of how they treat you. Because how you live outward to the world is self-respect and self-discipline. Just, like, I don't have to be an asshole to you just because you're asshole to me.
Yeah.
But they have a very, like, an eye for an eye kind of mindset. Like, it's called, like, the Hammurabi, like, law. That, like, back in Mesopotamia. Was it Mesopotamia? No, but, like, the ruling king said, like, if you injure someone and lose an eye, the only way to fix it is to take an eye there. Yeah. But just because someone's an asshole to you or has been an asshole in general doesn't mean that you have to fill your life with anger and aggression. And then, you know how much it costs, like whenever you're around someone you don't like, to behave in that way. They got to know I don't like them. True. Like it just costs you so much of yourself.
Yeah.
But the same as with that saying, like, matin un version DJ tame, an eye for an eye leaves the world blind.
Leaves the world binocular.
Binocular. I'm they leaves the world blind. But so yeah, but durante que te escribo outro, yeah, eu não vai de lado assim, né? Então,
True.
não como necessariamente vou me ser estima gente que está assim mal ou algo assim, né? Pero,
Yeah.
hey, accept
But at the other
for
side,
what it
met
was,
ook
no?
at some point it gets difficult, you know? Like, see, Bambi said you have a baby moms or whatever, I don't know. And so she, in the tabobong, at some point met ook I'm not saying you should, pero see, but dat puro je best niet aan neutraal of te gewoon normaal. You keep getting this negative energy over and over and over. Dat to dia, dat moet ik niet ik moet ik op chance. Was een nieuw hunto. At some point, pas met imaginata me ku zo en of is no, but a kans dat no. So
See, no,
you gotta look at the other side time met de keer.
yeah, but the thing is, no te kun apartamento, no kumita bisa, bu no te mahikansa. Sowieso bu te mahikansa. Pero no na emuhe, anto no delante bu you. Se você tem uma frustração com outra coisa, você tem uma outra maneira para vai process it.
Yeah.
Se você usa pesca, você quer como uma deal que muito amanhã vai pescar, gewoon like process local.
Cada vez que eu tenho hibo yuna sei que é, você vai trabalhar com domínio com boada não.
Exatamente, você como eu não me seria kind of coisa, pessoal, se não se papel de dinâmica de família, a trobe, se você quer para o tem respeitar para abo, tem muito respeito para sua mama também, ora.
Sei de verdade.
Sei também que não tá
sei de verdade.
Compreender que se tá uma situação que dia maior is raising the child and talking bad about the other parent, as the child grows up, there will be a point where they realize, oh wait, but this parent was actually treating me very well, and the other was treating my other parent very well, where the one that I was living with was talking smack about the other. So the point of realization will come where like, oh, that was not the way that it was supposed to be.
Sowieso, a mim também, então people can feel about how they want, pero se vai em yuko rende, não são quebra, então não brinca para eu bibo hunda cubo, bota pendeu. A mim também. Dus dat boy you também. Het gewoon mensen gaan gewoon vanuit komen in mama dat kijk ik you.
Ja. Ja, gewoon legalmente that's a lot of.
Ja, pero dat aan de kant, het gewoon assumie.
Ja.
Het gewoon een vanzelfsprekendheid komen neer. Dat nog niet toen responsabilidad je. Like again, taking responsibility is one of the most manliest things you can do. Real men take responsibility.
Seguro.
And real men put their own bullshit aside to make sure that the ones that they affected are good.
Yeah.
And the problem with that like one truth, like two opposing truths can coexist.
Yeah.
But you can take care of yourself and your mental well-being while still sacrificing a lot for people you care about. Both those things are true. Both things can happen in the same house. What people think as one or the other. If eu tenho sofrer para somar eu, não, eu tenho sofrer para você tudo ainda contento.
Yeah.
Então, para lo que eu bisa, tá lo que eu tenho like base problema com o mindset de hopi Antiano não, que sempre tem leeway, sempre tem smooth, ang sempre se botinho deal com cada dia, me te compreender que cada vez nos business app, pero me te compreender que tá passa, se te dá mais espaço para gente não, tem easy way out of smooth para hace cost negativo. So of course, there's always a reason. There's always levels to things.
Yeah.
Pero me tegen ik heb punten geweest komen ongeacht kikukuta, like that's discipline. No matter what, this is the end result I want to have. Was ik because ik het erbij. Se me digo deal com cada dia, ele bota kies para erro de dia cada dia. Bota kies para dar dia cada dia que eu vou mirar.
Yeah.
Se abo gewoon bezig komen again, it's how I project out to the world, how I interact with the world. And between me and the world, there's this big Game of Thrones ice wall barrier of what I choose to let affect me. Like, I'm perfectly fine dealing with nasty people not letting it affect me.
Yeah,
deal with at work time.
You
get piece of shit people who come in Wisconsin. You're like, this is so easy for it to ruin my day. If it ruins my day, I'm going to be a dick to my partner. I'm going to be a dick to my other clients and my other staff.
Yeah.
Why would I give someone so much control over my day and over my feelings? And like let's say if we don't know each other and you treat me like shit. Behind me is my son.
Yeah.
Am I gonna let you make my son have a bad day?
Yeah.
I can't let that happen. So I have to make sure that stops at me.
Yeah,
I can take anything, because the reason I can take anything is because it has nothing to do with me. Someone being mean or rude to you has nothing to do with you. It's your own insecurities, your own inner demons. So you're taking on someone else's poison willingly and then poisoning the people behind you. And it's, of course, hindsight is 2020. But in those situations, if you look at it that way and you're very aware, like if you're aware of your feelings, it's going to be like, I'm getting worked up by this person. Like, you have to be able to recognize and be like, okay, I'm getting worked up if I don't put it in a good place right now, I'm gonna take this home with me, and I'm gonna ruin a good moment.
True.
Was it going?
Yep.
But having that self-awareness is so important, and that's part of being like vulnerable. And like again, that's we talk about weakness.
Yeah.
Was it going? People equate that to weakness.
Yeah.
What's stronger than protecting what matters to you by taking all the heat and not letting it affect you? Was it going? That to me is like the sign of a real man who can deal with that shit, not take it personally, not like let it envelop them and wash over them, and then go make someone else's day horrible. Was it going?
See, but to that fact, I'm not sure how real that is though. But so, me te quiere, at some point, all that shit affects you, right? Because you said you take it out, don't let it affect you, and don't let it affect the other ones. But me te quiere, so I think as a real man, tambe, you need, in that case, I guess, if let's say you deal with that kind of stuff on a daily basis, Bambisa, you need some outlet or someone to talk to about it. But I think at some point it adds up. But like when we say it doesn't affect me, I think at some point it builds up. And then something's going to crack. It's going to be a crack and it's
going to reach a boiling point.
Yeah. So I think you do, because it does affect you, I guess, at some point. So you do need an outlet or someone to talk to or to work it out. So all that shit doesn't build up and then explode. Was that?
Yeah, but that's what I said. If you're dealing with this partner that you have this child with, and constantly it's gonna be blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? No, her you can't do anything because it's or him they're their own person, but you can't control them.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do afterwards? Dalong pisca, dalong domino to unwind. Like what are you doing?
Talk about it.
What are you gonna do to just process?
I say that that's gonna think my thing is like how many guys of Antiano guys, whatever we're gonna focus on, actually go talk about it. So domino, pisca, and maybe for you guys that works, but. Is that really a outlet? Is just because it might just be forgetting it, but then
we're back to the thing of
it comes back later.
Yeah, that's like the thing of what do people think weakness is? Like weakness is not talking about something you're going through, something that's bugging you. That's strength. So, like, you should talk about it. You should.
Yeah.
And there's two aspects of it. It's when something happens to you. How you internalize it and take it onto yourself, that we can't control. Because we're all human, we're all imperfect. So, of course, something bugs you.
Yeah.
But then the next level is, how do you let that then radiate out of you into the world? Because I could have a bad day. Things happen to me, I have a bad day. I can be feeling down. So I have two choices. I either find the healthy way to process it and go to the emotions and feel what I got to feel. Most usually by talking about it, letting it out. Getting aspects and perspectives of other people.
Yes.
So that's the healthy thing to do. But since we can't control what affects us, but we can control how we let that then act through us and affect other people. So by not talking about it and feeling like I got to deal with it by myself, because first you let it affect you, and then like whether you had the choice or not, it still happened, and then you're letting it affect other people through you. So if I'm having a really bad day, which I don't really have, like I got to the point where I process shit in the moment, I talk about shit in the moment, and like I'm so deep into the mental health thing that I have tools for myself to like protect myself, als het ware. But if I'm having a down moment, like if I know, okay, I either deal with it in a healthy way, either process it and give it peace, or I let it ruin my son's day. Was that going?
Yeah.
And you have to choose the former rather than latter.
Yeah.
So there's more at stake than just you. Your feelings are 100% important and valid as they are by themselves.
Yeah.
But it's like, which wolf do you feed? Was it going? There's two wolves inside all of us. Like, which one do you feed? So if you feed the one that's gonna like bite your child, then you've made the wrong choice.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter if you're not doing it because you feel like it's weak. Say, papi comigo kung nanga hodemi na trabaho, mit weak.
Yeah.
So then you have an external like delusion affecting the situation as well, and making you make bad choice after bad choice, making you not take care of yourself, and you're less happy, you're less communicative, and you're moving that trauma onto your child. And like, papa bin kastra biatrobe.
Yeah.
Like, I wish Dad would come home at least one day, want to play game with me.
Yeah.
Was it going?
Not now, Junior.
So no one wins.
Yeah.
Instead, if you think like, oh, you know what a real man does? A real man makes sure that his family and his child is taken care of. That also means emotionally and mentally as well. So that means to make sure my child is happy, I gotta be happy. So that means a real man talks about their shit.
Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself.
If you reverse engineer it, then you come down to the core. Does real men go through their feelings, feel their feelings in a healthy way? Like what you don't want to do is either sit in your misery and pogo, because that's not what people should do. Because that just becomes toxic. It pollutes everything around you. If you just like you had 5 chances to process, deal with it. Like if you needed 5 chances like to not take it and you still don't take it on the 6th, then you're choosing to just be miserable.
Yeah.
A lot of people just like to be the victim.
Yeah.
But some people have just like a sense of victimization. They feel like everything's against them. Like the world doesn't care about you as much as you think that it does.
At all.
No, like no one's sitting at home like plotting your demise. So it's not like that. But again, back to the topic, like what do real men do? And like it's also weird to put in terms of what do real men do, because like it's fluid. Everyone can like, as I know guys who are not traditionally manly. They're not aggressive, big and brawly. They can't do the stereotypical things, but they're fucking fantastic fathers, smart as shit. They take care of their families, and they earn more, they earn a lot of money to take care of their family. They don't show it off.
Yeah.
Like there's a dude that I know who's a PhD mathematician, earns bank.
Yeah.
Humble guy, a bit of a small dude, kept himself.
Yeah.
Like he's not at all feminine in any way, but he's not stereotypical manly. But to me, that's a real man. That's a G. Has his shit in order, put together. You can't mess with him. There's nothing that ruins his day. He has a daughter, and he's super gentle and soft and fun with daughter. Doesn't mind making himself look a fool to play with his kid. That's a real man. I've also see dudes at the indoor speeltuin with Zion sometimes that they don't want to get in the ballenbak because you can see they're worried about other people looking at them. Ain't nobody looking at you. Anybody looking at your child that's unhappy because daddy doesn't want to play in the ballenbak. Me and Timmy made a rule when we had kids that no matter what, we will always play along. Like I don't get embarrassed for nothing. There's nothing you can do to embarrass me. So I don't mind getting down and dirty, playing, getting stuck in shit, and like falling over. Anything that makes my kid laugh, I'm good. What the fuck people think about me? That's another thing. Worrying too much about other people think about you, that's, in my opinion, very unhealthy and unmanly thing to do. Because with manliness comes confidence. But confidence from a place of humility. From knowing who you are, what you can and what you can't do. And confidence comes from accepting yourself and all the wins and all the losses. What's it going? People with low self-confidence are the ones that are constantly worried about other people's opinion. And again, no one thinks about you or cares about you as much as you do. So I can't go to this party look with the same outfit I went last time because people are gonna notice. Anybody give a shit what you're wearing? People care about, do you bring gezelligheid?
Add to the party.
Puta fiesta.
Quando vai fiesta, ainda bem com rende, ongezellig. Then why'd you bring this guy? You should have bring the one who wanted to play fucking Uno with us.
But that's also one thing that what you mentioned, that is associated with manly, but it's also kind of toxic, is making a lot of money. Like you gotta make a lot of money to be manly.
Overrated.
You have a job, you earn what you earn, you do the best you can, and of course, but the football upgrade karabe, and then that should be more than enough. But vooral met kira ding wo we hindi mo of course I can't speak too much about that, pero nantame hey manly man tingo is gotta earn $1 million a year.
I mean,
dumb
dumb
fucking
like that perspective what's the most popular thing on social media.
True.
That's what's being fed to everyone, to every generation right now.
Oh,
my man's got to make at least $500,000.
But no sense of value. You know, like women are like, again, men and women, whatever. People understand. Oftentimes, it's more money, more problems. Because if you're earning money from the wrong perspective, it's never going to be enough. It's keeping up with the Joneses. But a real man takes care of business, and that means like what my family unit needs, I will do my best to provide. But I also know guys who have. I know a really good friend. Like I admire him a lot. He has CP, cerebral palsy. So he's not as able as most people are. So a lot of doors to him are closed effectively. But he's a man. No, he takes care of business. He does what he needs to do. He's charming as hell. He does his best to make up for his, not even shortcomings, because it's just a different circumstance. Like just because someone is disabled, I don't see it as a shortcoming. You're just living from a different perspective. What's it called? Same people who are artistic and people with ADD. Like there's nothing wrong with you. You're just like you chose like the brawler instead of the fighter instead of the archer. Was it like we're different characters in the same story?
Yeah.
But Amaki, like he's less able, but you would never notice based on how he interacts with you. That's a real man. Was it
True.
And also, what I think is very unmanly is having all this opportunities and capabilities to do the things that you keep claiming to want to do, never actually doing it.
Yeah.
So
True.
openly living under your potential, but then boasting about
yeah.
Precies.
Like
hoop is kuma tiki chocolate. That's unfortunately something I also become a part of until in machismo.
Yeah.
I say I'm the cocky, I'm por like
answer the cute.
Like I'm together. Like a real man is, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it, multi-layered toward positivity, like to moving forward. Because
then a lot of people aren't real men. Because
but say, and no one can do it 100%. But I mean, you do your best because you protect you. For me, a real man is a person that helps and protects the people that he cares about. And by that, I mean, any one of the people that I care about, if there's anything that I can do to help them, I do.
Yeah.
It's also control. And by that, I mean, not necessarily control of your environment, but like control over yourself. Until, para mí personalmente, control of how you react to things, because yes, of course. For example, I think you told me as well when Simon was recently born, he accidentally like jerked you or something like that, and your reaction was going to do something physical, but you stopped yourself because like naturally you were gonna have that, but you had the reflex, but also the willpower to be like, oh no, wait, this is just a kid. He didn't mean to hit me or anything like that. I think that is also very important to being a man, because of course we have the emotion of like, oh,
he socked me in the face, so I'm gonna.
It's
just out of a reaction.
Yeah, but exactly,
which is not a manly thing to do, by the way.
Yeah, but again, he's a baby. The baby doesn't know. But then again, you are also human. You do have reactions to these things.
Perfect.
So of course, you have your feelings. You get to process them. But I think
self-control
to be a man is to have that self-control of like, ooh, that really pissed me off, but you know, it's okay. I can let it go.
Again, it's about what do you let affect you.
Yeah, but exactly. It's the control of it. Then that for me, again, being a man is not necessarily one thing. It's multiple layers of things as well. Like for example, the whole financial thing that you were talking about. Yeah, it is an important thing because whether you want to or not, you need money to live. But if you have a high-paying salary or a minimum wage, to me, it's more of how you go about it than what you have. Because if you have a minimum wage, but you're enjoying life, you have your routine, you're happy, you have your family, and you don't have a care in the world, you're just as rich as the person with the multiple zero salary a month with a big mansion and whatnot, because you're able to provide a quality of life for the people that you care about. And that's, for me, more important than the amount of the dollar signs.
Yeah, I think people equate way too much value on the financial boasting of it. There's financial well-being, and that means like what you're bringing to the table is not in detriment to your family. Your family has the capacity to grow and to flourish.
Yeah.
But like, look, I'm a business owner, so people ask sometimes like, je praat uit de Lucas positie. I have to work fucking hard to get to where I am. But I can tell you that for most people, it's fucking overrated. But do you know how much honor there is in being a fantastic part of someone else's team?
Yeah.
I'm super grateful that the guys who work for me don't have their own businesses.
Yeah.
Because they contribute to my team in a fantastic way. I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
I would hate it if everyone was an entrepreneur because no one on my team was a
Yeah.
So there's so much honor in bringing your value to something else and making it better than what it is. Like Iron is only fantastic because of people who are part of it. Was it going?
Yeah.
And there's also earning a shitload of money is fucking overrated, especially in a country where you get taxed the more you earn. What the fuck is the point? And
we have to the government, though.
We have to get to the point where people realize there's different types of wealth.
Yeah.
I know a lot of dudes with a lot of money with fucking horrible health. You're going to start knocking on 40 and start being in and out of the hospital constantly with all the shit that's fucking killing us, from microplastics to fucking vaping, all that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all this money, but if you don't make it to 50, what the fuck is the point?
What's the point? Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, a lot of these dudes who earn a lot of money, who are the horrible partners, In my eyes, I have a really high standard, and I judge people like a motherfucker. Like, it doesn't take a lot to be a good partner or be a good father, in my opinion. It takes like, to be a fantastic one, it takes a lot, but to be a good parent, it takes very fucking little. All these dudes with this money, I told Fleur, like, there's certain people I just don't want to be around anymore. I just want to, don't invite me. Let's not go to them. Let's not be around these people. If you have all the capacity to be a good parent and partner and you choose not to, you're a piece of shit human being, in my opinion.
I agree.
And you're the least manly. You can look as what you want to look, earn money, but you're a dog shit human being. And in my book, like, you've squandered the opportunity to make the world a better place.
Yeah, because at that point, it's a conscious choice as well.
Exactly. It's a conscious fucking choice.
Yeah. So
For me, another thing that's very important is, and I try to do my best at it as well because I am also only human, is to be a man of your word. If I tell you, hey, Graham, I'm going to do this and that, make sure to do this and that. If I tell you I'm going to be at this, like, today is not a great, or is an example by Volbuild. We said that we were going to start at 10, and I planned everything. I planned to be here at 9:30. But because of the storm last night, apparently there's lightning that hit the track, blah, blah, blah. It threw my schedule off to like an hour and a half after. I promised to be there at 10, but I ended up being here at 10:40. But that was also something out of my control. But in all other aspects, things that I say, I want and need to mean it, because if I can't trust what you tell me, what do I have on you? Like, Graham says he's going to come over tomorrow. Is he? I don't know. Can I trust that? Not really. So being a man of your word is also a way
Are you being
to...
hypothetical, or are you just put it like...
No, hypothetical.
God damn.
I'm going with it. I'm like, we'll see where it goes.
No, it's all hypothetical. Just generally, if someone tells you that they're going to do something and you can't trust that they're going to show up, you can't... I cannot trust that. And I think trust is also something to be general, but for a man... I need the people who care about me and I care about, they need to be able to trust me. So I need to be a man of my word.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about therapy?
Oof.
I think it's tricky, but mostly because it also depends on the therapist, because not every therapist is good with every single person. You have to have that click.
Assuming that the therapist fits with you?
Oh, I am pro it 100%. Pro it 100%, because even though I try to be the person that understands myself the most, the brain is a very amazing, complicated thing where you can lock memories in your brain like they never happened before, but still it affects you.
Sí.
But with a professional, with a professional, you're able to open up to those things that affect you, but they also, a good one anyway, will help you to process and accept and move forward from whatever is holding you back. And yeah, it just feels like, you more weight is lifted off of you, and it just improves your quality of life. I personally am pro the people that feel that they need it to get it.
Yeah. You? Never heard you talk about therapy before.
Especially with the reaction of oof.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I've never been to therapy.
Seeing as someone who doesn't open up even to us.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, I get of course all the pros you mentioned, helemaal eens. I get it's good, but personally, I'm just not, as you guys say. I mean, even with the close people, I'm not really open. I'm just not comfortable or to talk about my stuff to a stranger. Was it like that? To me, that idea is personally, again, it doesn't sit right with me. Like, I'd rather, even though my name was on the visa, I don't really talk to anyone. But if I do that, I'd rather talk to some people I know before I go talk to a stranger. And I guess if I get to that point and you guys can help me and my family can help me, but my close circle can help me, then I might think about, okay, maybe it's time for professional help or something. Yeah. But personally, the idea of talking to a stranger about my private and personal things, it doesn't sit right with me.
No, so like, we gotta see
or my issues or whatever.
Yeah, so like therapy, you go to them because you're struggling with something. Like, if you're not struggling with something, then
there's no point in going.
No, exactly. But
so like from the perspective of someone who's dealing with something, like for you, for example, if you say there's nothing I'm actually dealing with, then of course it makes no sense.
No. See, but in the situation, let's say I would be dealing with something.
Like, do you like from the perspective of a depressed man?
So.
Yes, again, but I said earlier, yes, I agree. Therapy is good and you should seek it. But if I am that depressed man, let's say I'm the example of that depressed man. I'd first try to talk to you guys and my dad and my mom and my sister.
That's fair.
And stuff like that. First, because I'm just more comfortable with that personally. And then if that doesn't work and if I'm still in a rut, then then I might be it might be time to seek some professional help.
Okay, so here's a question.
With this.
In the past 20 years that I've known you, do you then not talk to us about things because you don't deal with shit? Are you like some people are able to just like not feel a certain way about things?
Yeah.
Or do you just not practice what you preach? Because what you're saying now is that before you ever go to therapy, if you're dealing with something, you come to us. You don't really come to us with anything. So that's just lucky that you don't have to deal with.
It's a former. It's a former. And people have told me, some people have called me psychotic for this, as in it just glides off me. Like it just
hey, that's fucking good skill attribute.
Like one ear in one ear, out the other.
That's a lucky trait.
I'm at that point too. There's a very little someone can do or say that can bother me.
Yeah, it's very few things that actually affect me. You know, like okay, that I'll even say with it the next day or something. So me conocendo na bay trabaho, na bing kas, ayun na tiyan ko na yung mente. Me, it's gone, man.
Gewoon, you're just more sober about it.
Of een trabaho mensen, I know it's not personal, but you hinten te scheld uit of te kunst me go like, do what you
exactly.
Want.
Why the fuck would I let this person who I don't know, who's reacting off of something has nothing to do with me, affect me? That shit to me, it wraps my brain when other people get like, and for you, for example, you're a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Like
generally.
you're like a
depending on the
textbook
person,
people
but yeah.
Like to me, I give so little shits about things that I could never bother to be a people pleaser, for example. But you seem like you just don't want people, not even how it affects you, you don't want other people to be displeased, and that's why you'd rather
yes, but it really does depend on the person. Like for example, like with my coworkers, I could give two shits. Like, oh, you don't like me? Well, man.
Yeah.
But like depending, like I that's why I got to get on your guys' level. Like I'll even bring it back. You know, one thing that I still think about to this day is when we had the conversation with Graham, and Graham was like, "Yeah, if we're gonna start this podcast, we got to work on our conversation because we tend to talk over each other often."
Oh wow! Yeah, I forgot about
exactly.
that.
Like to this day, I'm like, okay, cool. I have this thing to say. Oh, but Daryl's talking right now, and Graham's gonna chime in. So if I jump into it, it's gonna get all jump.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like mine is constantly going. You know.
Yeah. Okay, damn.
I want to get back on the last 10 minutes that we have on the topic of mental health. Like, Chris, please keep your answers short.
I'll try.
Yeah, you fucking rambler.
Okay, yes,
because just some
you like me.
some mental check-in questions that guys can do with each other. Like, I have this thing with my good buddy Johannes that we do from time to time. We have our own version of a check-in, but I think every man should have someone they can check in with. You do a few questions, you go and you answer openly and honestly. We listen and we don't judge. And you talk about things. Like you should have that strategically in place in your life with people you can confide in. I do with my homie Johannes, and it pays like tremendously back to do that.
You call him Yo-Yo?
What?
You call him Yo-Yo?
Call him Johans.
Oh, Johans. Okay.
Your hands are big.
You should call him Mackenzie.
No, you ruined it. Okay, when's the last time you felt at peace?
Ooh.
Again, and
this morning. I woke up.
Nice. See, that's how you work. Figo, no, nothing wrong with that.
After I went number 2.
Peace, yeah. I have exercised the demons.
Yep. Pretty much.
Saturday after work when I was taking a shower, because I actually had like the whole feeling of like, washing off the week. Yeah, washing off the week and whatnot. And then I was like, okay, you know what, that what thing is zucht. Yeah.
How about you?
Yesterday when they had the family dag.
That's a nice one.
That was also really good.
I was barbecuing and looking, we are like, you got it good. We mogen echt niet klagen.
Ja, toch.
Mooi. All the cousins with the kids and stuff like that. It's really dope.
Which emotion do you struggle to express the most and why? Ooh. Quick and honest.
Emotion that, what?
All of them.
What emotion do you struggle to express the most and why?
You tell me.
No, like I can speak for you.
I don't know.
Which emotion do I struggle? I don't know. It doesn't qualify as an emotion, but feelings, like outing my feelings, like how I feel on a day, on a regular basis.
So expressing emotions.
I guess that's all of them. I guess, yeah. But that's what I struggle with the most.
Yeah, because
Like, how do
you never actually
like I feel good, or I feel this, or I feel what's that going? Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't know what emotion that is, but
what do you think is causing that? Is that like a lack of connection? Because how can we? There's no way for us to be closer friends.
true.
What's that going?
Unless we sleep in the same bed.
We've done that.
That's true. True. Sorry, what was your question again?
So why do you think that? Like,
Why do I think that is?
is it a you problem or like a us problem?
No. I think it's definitely a me problem.
Okay.
I think as you guys tend to ask here and there. So
Okay, we try our best.
so-
Humble, pry that door open.
I
Crowbar into your emotion, like create een idea. No?
I guess I'm that
Police
that
protect
shut
the
tight gewoon that was that going?
So
Nothing gets out.
But that leads into the third question. But did you answer?
No, he didn't.
I don't things that
Joy.
yeah, the thing I guess it's not an emotion, but asking for help. I guess I guess showing weakness. I guess
All right.
Which it is not, but okay.
it's not a weakness on Bogo, but
But
or
true.
it's not an emotion. But
I think for me the hardest feeling to express is pride, because pride often feels like bragging, and I don't like bragging. I don't like people who brag. I don't like being like braggadocious, and
Yeah, I think
also it could easily feel like you're shitting on someone else when you do that. Like, I'm very proud of things I do. I have a lot of pride. I'm super proud of myself. But when you express to other people often, it feels like you're bragging.
But
Is it
even to us or no? Was it to us?
Even to you guys. Yeah. Because I don't know how your day is going. Again, you don't open up about things. So I don't wanna like be, oh man, things are going so great.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are always like listen with love.
See.
But if you're going through something, I don't want to shit on you there, make it be like like contrast, by comparison. Sometimes is a nasty thing.
Yeah.
So-
Because I do
and-
feel usually when we talk that, I get a sense of pride when you talk about it.
Yeah. So and that's me like.
Hold
Like,
back.
and also pride with me goes with gratitude really easy.
Yeah.
My gratitude is sky high.
Yeah.
So if I let the gratitude take the wheel,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna annoy you guys. That's how I feel. What's it going? Like, okay, we get it. What's it going?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that like all the negative emotions the feelings people have, like
See.
I'm really comfortable expressing those.
So,
And I want to be more prideful, but there's a thin line between pride and arrogance and
So-
pride in bragging.
Yeah.
What's it going? So that's
so-
there's a way to do it. What's it going?
Hey, bij deze don't open up to me, so it's okay, so
So-
you open up to me, just whatever it is you can tell me.
If for every 10 things to open up on, you open up on one, I think we can find a balance. What's it going?
So
But even serious, like even
you gotta open up on one so that he can do the rest.
no, but even just tell me gewoon. So like even if I have a bad day, it's not gonna affect my day of anything.
Because my hope is that like if I'm having a bad day, I want to hear that my other boys are doing well, so it lifts me up. What's it going?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's it going? Because I do believe that we live and connect to each other.
See.
Like, someone else's win, like I have it. Like when my people win, like for example, my homie Seeger, you guys know that, like Flyboy.
Yeah.
Crazy guy.
Like when
Wild
when he wins competitions, like I'm on a high for days.
Yeah,
It's like my boy Gar. So I know
Yeah.
because I'm gonna see him in 3 days.
Yeah.
Give him a big hug. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna see him like glimmer in his eye. What's it from? So I can live through that shit as a motherfucker. So the hope is that that's the case.
Yeah.
But because there's also it's not, I guess, commonplace to be positively prideful, because again, especially Antillians, they're very much banana. If you eat, I don't get to eat kind of a mindset. Was
Yeah, the second that you say one positive thing about yourself, oh, this guy's bragging,
Yeah,
he thinks
with
he's
the
better
broma.
than me.
like or say, he's trying to show off or
Yeah,
some shit. Like,
yeah.
nah, I'm just fucking happy and grateful that the effort I put in was fruitful. Was it wrong?
Yeah. 100%.
When's the last time a man told you he loved you?
Ayer, awe,
Yeah,
Abo.
awe.
abo,
Quiero ver esa awe. I'm like, awe.
awe. No, yesterday when I left.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
Yeah.
I think yesterday or 2 days ago, my dad. My dad
Nice.
tells me that often. So,
Yeah?
yeah.
How did you say it? Because that's a thing, you know.
Yeah, gewoon, if we're apping, gewoon zo, I love you or something. And then,
Estimable.
see, and if you're there, he'll give me a hug or something. Like, yeah, I love you. Okay. So,
Yeah. Our cousin Anthony, yesterday we were sitting in the house with the family day,
Mm-hmm.
and he just said, was like, oh, familie, ik hou zoveel van jullie. And that was also nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
so-
nice. Yeah. It's important
Um,
to hear, Tambe.
what do you think? What's it here? How did your family talk about emotions growing up? Guys, again, quick, simple answers. 'Cause we didn't talk about it that much, but we also didn't have nothing to complain about. We were just happy all the time.
Yeah.
In my
Yeah,
experience.
that's what I'm thinking. So, Graham, you give your quick answer, and I'm gonna see if I can come up with one.
Para mí también, pretty much. Like, we didn't really talk about it, but you felt that there was room to talk about it. Was if needed. Like, at the end, there was...
If it was necessary, you could
Yes,
talk about
precies. And it was mentioned and acknowledged enough for you to be like, okay, this is it's real, it's open, it's safe, and though it's just it's a good space.
You guys are just content.
See, yeah,
I feel like that's okay for us too. We were just
that's how I experienced it.
like, of anything that needed to be dealt with was always dealt with on the spot, and it was squashed. It was done. Was it done?
Yeah.
Like there was never a need to harbor anything or carry stuff with you in there.
Mhm.
Como passa? Bon, ja, dan spap je erover. You're good. We always went to bed like with hugging a kiss.
Precies.
Like, we never. Even if I was upset with my dad or whatever.
Yeah.
So I go to bed, I give him a hug.
Precies.
Was it
Make
going?
sure
So it's like automatically gewoon.
Precies. Yeah.
And you notice immediately if someone's sitting with something, and then you're like, it's also a bit more like coño, like don't just keep souring the thing. Let's hash it out.
Yeah.
Like tami dia dame,
Yes. Yeah. True.
Even kijken. So there's so many questions. Ask ChatGPT. What are questions that men can talk about to each other when it comes to mental health? It's based on like about 40. So that's not an indication that someone needs help. Like
I'm gonna like leapfrog off of you and ask a question as well. When's the last time you told a man I love you?
Same with my dad.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
You?
Other than me, yesterday.
I tell people often. To me, it's a very regular thing.
No, same.
Like when learning about mental health, like they teach you that's one of those things that you could easily do. It costs you nothing. It makes your day better, everything better. You have to make it part of your normal routine and your communication.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for years, and like I tell my friends and stuff.
Yeah, same.
I like me and Johannes have this thing where we sign off. We be like, "Love you, never change." That's how we sign off. I say it often and I receive it often also. So
same. Like gaming with Jake, we're on a PlayStation and stuff like that, and it's like, all right, man, gotta go. All right, cool, love you, buddy. All right, peace. And,
that's
about.
No, go ahead.
Well, what's the one thing you learned as a kid about what it means to be a real man that you completely disagree with now?
One thing I learned as a kid was it means to be a real man, but I completely disagree with now.
Yeah. One thing I learned as a that's the thing. Just trying to remember what I learned as a kid, because I've developed everything like as I grew. So trying to remember that is kind of difficult.
An easy one that I hear from a lot of people that always that if I hear it now, it makes me want to like vomit. Is like you go with
I was about to say this one as well. Men don't cry.
And I know a lot of today I can point out dudes who I know heard that shit who are now worse off and less able as men because of that shit. You see them behave sometimes, be like, you're acting that way, so but I don't fucking see my what you keep.
No, I think for me that's also the one that men don't cry. When in reality, from in reality, my experience, men cry when it matters, and by that I mean
when they need to.
No, but what I mean is like if they do it when they experience something that really affects them. Like for me, for example,
instead of holding it in, then
see, for example, like
or crying for everything.
See, like for in my example, a lot of people growing up, they're like, yeah, I've never seen my dad cry. From what I can remember, I've only seen my dad cry once, and that was because he lost his best friend, and he had to tell the parents that he couldn't find him. And that's the first time where I had like, oh wow, my dad is crying. Like, okay, so it is okay to have this kind of emotion, and that like really stuck out to me. And again, you have these people who don't process that kind of emotion. They hold it in, and they take it out in other ways.
Yeah, I was happy enough to see Dad cry more often.
Yeah,
I remember when we had to put down.
Toby.
Toby.
Yeah.
He was also a wreck.
Yeah. But like for me,
that's a man's best friend. Okay,
that like I haven't seen it often or to my recollection, but that made me understand that yes, it is okay to cry. Like it is okay to feel emotions and process the emotions.
Yeah. No, it's
But also like don't cry for every little thing.
Everything.
Like, oh, I didn't get the shirt in the right size that I wanted. Man, no need to cry about that.
yeah. Okay.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna keep going. So when this one craps out, I'm just gonna move this camera to grab us all.
Okay.
So
All right.
might have some technical changes real quick, but there's some good questions in here. Want to keep going?
I gave you the soundbite to use when you crash.
We actually already answered a lot of these questions as we were just talking.
That's how we do it.
Yeah,
Professionals.
there was a
Come on
question.
now.
What do you think holds men back from going to therapy?
Graham.
Like, I don't tell nobody my business.
yeah. But
And also, just somebody probably just don't need it.
yeah, but also it's also culture. Like, especially if we're talking about Antianos. Oh, you go to therapy? You're crazy. You need help? You're crazy?
Yeah.
You can't do that. So it's a lot of saving
That's
face.
That's
Like,
called miseducation.
Yeah.
People don't even know what therapy is.
yeah, but exactly. But luckily now it is becoming more thing. Toevallig, old classmate of mine, she's a psychologist on Corsal, and she's doing like the social media part of it, of bringing it forward. Like, hey, talk about things when you have this situation. How do you do it? So it is becoming more accepted, which is great. But on the islands, like, oh, you see a psychologist? Oh, you're crazy. Are you schizophrenic? Are you gonna stab people? Do you need pills? Do you have to be taken to what's that place called?
Capriles?
Capriles. Like those are the things that people think of, but that's not really what it is or how it works.
Here's a good one. Oh, where the fuck was it? Oh, which modern toxic masculinity traits irritate you the most?
Ugh, the fucking red pillars, bro.
Oh,
Red pillars?
Ah,
It's a red pillar.
Oh, it's
like the alpha male kind of guy. Those
Oh, yeah,
guy that
those.
give courses like
oh,
vibe.
so you have to make this amount of money so you can get the highest, so you can be.
If you
alpha
want an
male.
example of what a real man is not, it's those guys. Those
Oh
guys.
man, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, like that. So that's a good one. Gee,
And
that's
women are
a
only good
one.
until they're 23. After 23, their value drops because
Yeah.
you're a high value male.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm a
oh my
Yeah.
god.
like
That's a good one.
anyone I know who posts Andrew Tate shit, instantly block, delete, instantly. Like no worry, not just on like get off my fucking feed, dude. Yeah,
I don't agree with that either.
I'm very anti-false masculinity,
Yeah.
and to me that's false masculinity. They're painting a picture because they know there's a segment of men who
Yeah.
are downtrodden,
Yeah,
And
it's-
we'll
who,
pay
are,
for
who,
it.
are, who are
Yeah.
struggling,
yeah.
and they're tricking them into
Yeah, it's-
believing their false narrative, and always to feed their own devices.
Devices,
Weet je
yeah.
wel?
Yeah.
That's all that shit is false,
So,
man.
I'm in for. I'm in
It's
for.
it's
I
not
get
what
it.
the world
Agitated.
needs. It doesn't do anyone any favors.
Nope.
Like we're all
Nope.
worse
No.
off for it. But of course, that's a big obvious one. But like maybe there's also like what softer traits that people do that are also
Modern though. What about you? You have anything in mind?
I have a lot.
I have a
Yeah,
lot.
we'll bring him forward because we got a jump start.
Like I think a truly toxic masculinity trait is thinking that traditional gender roles still matter.
No,
That
wife,
like
wife, you got to work too.
yeah, but also like in a lot of cases, wifey makes more money. Claro, me kuto ko ngayon.
Yeah.
And then feeling like you're less of a man because your wife earns more.
Yeah,
Like so, your wife is doing something wrong just because you can't deal with your bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's like a domino effect of bullshit. you
So,
know? Like
so.
your girl can't help that she's fucking
Yeah,
like,
because she's killing it.
she's killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, Miss Mr. Sugar Mama, dus holla at your boy.
And time when it like and
Yeah.
that also goes hand in hand like staying home with the kids.
Yeah,
If that's not the manliest thing you can do, if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
Because like when you get to be with your children as much as you can and actually raise them before school takes them over.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
raise your children. That's
Was it
the
wrong?
thing, man.
True.
Raising your
So
children,
that-
actually
that-
raising.
That's a good one.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, but the wife has to be at home.
Yeah,
Whatever the fuck.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't know which 1940s fucking TV show you're still living in, but
That's a good one. That's a good one.
if you guys
keep going.
but the fact you guys can come up with 20 things that piss you off has surprised me because there's a lot of things that annoy me.
Yeah.
Like
No,
for
like-
me, because maybe I don't have that kind of list because I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Like to follow the red pillars, I know because social media.
Yeah.
But for the rest, I don't really pay attention to what those people do. I'm just like, no. Oh, you feel insecure because you don't know if you can stay in your relationship with your girl because she's making more money than you. Damn, you're dumb.
Yeah, true.
That's how I would see it. You know, so like I don't see it from the perspective from them.
I think one that's also very much becoming like a toxic male trait is closed-mindedness. Like not being able to hear opposing thoughts.
Yeah.
And have an open conversation about it.
It's the way that I believe, and that's the only way.
And someone brings up a different perspective, and you have to shut it down.
Yeah, like,
not even allowing the conversation to flourish just because you don't agree.
It's my way or the highway.
Yeah. And also, especially like even more toxic, another layer where you're unqualified on the topic to then talk about it as if you've studied it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you saw an Instagram post, you feel like
you gotta talk about it.
And I'm in a lot of situations where there's a big conversation with bigger groups of people, and I know that one person is an expert in the field. Like in a gym, you have someone who like that's what they do as a living. And then someone comes in and be like, no. Be like, they have no qualification. They have nothing that should prove that they know anything we're talking about. But then disagree with the person actually talking about because they can't have their ego hurt. So that's one of those things. Be like, and it ruins the conversation.
Yep.
But
you also
and no one's wiser because the person that actually knew what they were talking about was gonna say, but now no one knows.
You also rob yourself of that knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, hey, so no, this is how you do it.
That arrogant person could have had the actual right information, but decided no, what I know is what I know.
Precies.
Not asking for help is a horrible one, especially when everyone can see that you're struggling. Everyone can see that all you need is a little bit of help. But you'd rather suffer and make everyone else miserable around you because you're too proud to ask for help.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't say that one because the wording was specifically modern, and I think that one's been around since forever.
But it means that it's still an issue now.
Oh, like that you mean? Okay, gotcha.
It's still something that we're dealing with now.
Yeah, then machismo is still a thing as well. Like Oh,
sure.
I'm the more aggressive one out of all of us. So then that means I'm more masculine and machismo. So I'm a bigger man, better man than you. Like, that's dumb. Yeah.
And definitely not talking about things, no? Like gewoon. That's the going back to the example we had all the way in the beginning of the podcast. Is gewoon you have your issues, but then bike But again, I don't know, if you don't really, to me it seems like if you don't really talk about it, then it's not really helping the issue. It's putting a band-aid over it or something.
Letting everyone simmer in the problem instead of trying to find solutions.
Precies, terwijl mira it
not solving problems is
vibe, pero en que bisami of no san puntere. But kid they miss some real but they put a band-aid, but then it builds up again and then you keep going the same circle over and over and over.
That's always one of my biggest pet peeves, people who don't solve problems. And like people who are so vividly aware of the problem and they're already boasting about the solution. And dan vertikt hij als je ugly. And I know I'm a specific type of cookie when it comes to that. I'm the way I am. So, and I think a lot of things that bug me are very normal for people. But the whole complaining, not doing shit about it, if I never see you again the rest of my life, I'm good. Like to me, it's some things have to be binary so that you protect yourself and so you live up to your potential. And there's too many people who want to try and influence you and try to like want to bring it up their level. Like there's a lot of times I've spoken to people and as I'm trying to do this and this, like I say, no, you're saying that shit because you're fucking insecure. And the more I win, the more you feel like you lose. When you don't know that the more I win, the more everyone else wins. The more he wins, the more we all win. No, you told me, you want me to slow down? And be like, I don't try much to do this. I'm going to be the fool. You're not because you don't live up to your potential, but you don't want anyone else to like live up theirs. That insecurity runs so deep sometimes. But here's a good question.
Generational.
How do you show love to your boys, and how do you like it shown to you? Because just talking about love in between men is already like a weird thing for other people. I think there's more men out there who can't express love to another man. So it's vooral naar zo. There's a lot of homophobia still in there. Any form of affection towards a man gets seen as
that's gay.
Was that going? And that's one of the things in my opinion that holds men back the most. So, like as a man, and like it's about your boys, talk about each other. How do you show love to your boys? if you do at all, or sometimes it's like implicit, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's assumed, and how do you like it shown to you?
Yeah, me to like from me to you guys, my love language is acts of service and gift giving. So like it's for me it's like little shit. Like if Graham's coming over to my spots to film, and I'm buying groceries, Monster or the banana milk or anything like that, or if coming out to hang out with you guys are like, oh, Daryl likes these weird like Asian ices. Let me get a couple of them, or if I can find the Mountain Dew.
You do that. You do go the extra mile to like.
So that's one. Or if I'm at your guys or with you guys, and let's say you got to do something or move something, if I can help you out doing that, or let up doing that, like those are my ways to show, hey, I care about you. If you need me, I'm here.
True.
How to show it to me, I don't know.
You should know.
Yeah.
As in like whatever way I feel it going on, like,
like whatever it means to you.
I guess the simplest way of saying it is to not, I guess, be remembered, but that's not the right way of saying it. Tampoco. Like, pensar en mí, like
be thoughtful.
I guess, yeah. Name a me.
Keep you in mind. Keep you in the
exactly, yeah.
So,
not exclude you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily not exclude me, but I guess, I guess it depends on the context of like how people like everyone shows how they care about each other differently. So how you show me you care about me is different from how he does. But I do recognize it and I appreciate it.
Okay. So, para mí sowieso jokes. Jokes I'm picking on people. Like if I'm joke on you and I pick on you, Nada should know. Then I was like, cool.
So you actually like Nada?
Of course.
Hey, y'all two ain't friends, man. Like in the app group and stuff like that. Random shots getting fired for no reason.
For nothing.
So that's my boy, man. That's how I show my affection. Like if I joke with you,
I think that's common. I think that's I think for especially it kind of. That's par for the course because all things talked about today, you have a tough time opening up, so that it all fits together. I think a lot of men do that because a lot of men have trouble opening up and being vulnerable. That's like an easy outlet to show affection, while it posing as the opposite.
Juist.
Might be the most common one because most men are a little bit. Let's be honest, you're a little bit repressed.
I guess so.
Yeah, because between all of us, you open up the least. So it makes sense that you're the one that does that the most.
Yeah, I guess so. And the affection the same way. Like if that's why I want to receive it as well. Make jokes about me.
Because I'm holding back. Because I figured we can't have everyone be an asshole in the chat group.
But everyone is an asshole in the chat
group. No, not the same way as you.
Maybe not the same way, but none of us are nice guys. I don't know who
you're thinking of, but
none of us are nice guys.
You're the only one that like takes a joke that has nothing to do with anyone personally and you aim it at someone.
But I mean, if you dish it, you gotta be able to take it. So what's I going like?
But that's also the funny thing.
Like, we know it's jokes at the end of the day. So
always.
Like that form of showing love is also kind of in the whole in a little bit in the sphere and theme of the toxic man. Like, oh, I gotta show you I care about you, but I can't tell you that I care about you. So I'm gonna, yes, it's jokes, and so you have to have the rapport with the person as well. But again, it's not necessarily telling someone you care about them. It's having that bond with them.
Graham also has a thing that there's moments where, like me and you, we say it easily.
Yeah.
Like really easily, but Graham, Tammy, and Otter don't. But there's moments where we have said it, and then everyone else jumps.
Oh, we're rubbing off on these dudes. Tell me after we're done filming, I love you too. I'm like, oh, okay.
When we open the door, you guys do.
We reciprocate. It's be weird if I don't say it.
Sometimes exactly. So you're like, why you gotta say it? Because now I gotta say it back. And you can tell that it's something a little bit awkward for you, but you do your best. So the last time we did it, you didn't make eye contact though.
No.
Like because we said it, and I was looking around the room, and like me and Chris said often, but I said it to you, and you were all like you weren't busy with nothing, but I was like, say I love you guys. Do some random shit on the floor. There was nothing on the floor, dude. So like I appreciate the reaching out.
Oh, no, it's always so. You guys know that though. But that's my way of showing it and how I like to receive it. But really, you guys have been holding. You guys should just let those jokes rip.
Really, I was trying to be nice.
You know what? For me, the thing is, especially with like those kinds of jokes, to me, it takes a little bit too much energy.
Oh, for me it doesn't.
Like
You gotta go think of something clever, or
no, like it's that negative. Like even though it is in a joke way, there is a little bit of like negativity to it. It was like it's fun for a short term, but then after a while I'm like, okay, cool, I'm over
no,
it.
yeah, that's you. I guess just if if it gets too much, then we gotta slow it. If someone says, hey,
I just don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but like jokes are just jokes. He was like,
No, of course.
And I figured like Graham does it enough, and Timmy's also like het is ook maar raar.
Hey, Timmy is a podster. He's a freaking podster.
Timmy, was he met the Graham song? He can throw some shit in there too. But and I figured, so like you guys do it, like I don't have to do it. But like, is that your love language? Because I love you? Well,
if it's quiet for a little bit, you don't go home. What passen dan?
No, but Timmy is
Graham,
Timmy zegt van, hey Graham, what about ik kom wakker hier nooit, kom back there. And it looks at the rest of the group to see how they react.
Yeah. Timmy like, you doing good.
So that's my guy too. I see. Yeah. That's what about you though? How
the way I show my love is I like when we do like boys weekends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like making the effort for that. That's to me that's like a special thing.
Yeah.
When we do like our boys weekends and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So another way I try to show it with is it might just be my own. Now I think about it, in service of myself. Mm-hmm. But I think it is. Oh, see the camera died. Okay, let me move this camera.
And pause.
Oh, my copyright is for that.
Is that Graham Day? You can point it more to your side, too.
Okay.
No, you gotta point more to your side. Yeah.
Really?
So there you go.
Make it easier, less editing.
And
we didn't stop recording, dude.
I know. You don't need to know that.
For funsies.
Yeah, it's fun.
But also like trying to get us to like move forward in life, like with Kunuku, with Antiano and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like not that I feel like you guys have to do anything, but if I can take you along with me in my ambition to do things, if I can include you in that, and I can feel like I can help you guys flourish, that to me is like. Because I love you. What's it called? Like make I want to see you eat. What's it called?
Weirdly enough, if I would have to say, I think your love language would be like problem solving.
So
you're like a metal detector. Hey, that's your problem. You can fix it this way. And also like give you the push. Like let me help you.
So I just want to see us all win. I just want to see us all be happy in whatever form.
Yeah.
And luck has put me in a position where I feel like I can facilitate that a little bit more for people around me. So my love language is really like, what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? What do you need? Let's do this. What's it called? Yeah. And I think the way I like to receive love is like gratitude. Like for the small things, for the big things, talk. Not even thank you, but just I think gratitude is more about letting me know how it makes you feel. More so that you're happy that I did it, you know, like that. Okay. Like it's not like thank you for doing that. It's about like, hey, like this makes me feel this way, or like this reminds me of this. Was it going like I want to like participate in how it affects you positively. It's not about getting a thank you, because if you do things just to get a thank you from it, I think you're doing it for a wrong reason. You're doing it's about you.
Precies, I get
like that. I like to know that if I do this, I get this type of effect out of it. Mm-hmm. And if I hear that, I'll be like, cool. The next time I can do either this more or this less. What's it called?
Yeah.
So I think that's how, like, knowing that the effort was well received.
Exactly.
That to me is how I say.
Okay.
So show you the fruits of your labor.
Let me know that it was worth it. That like we should be happy to sacrifice for each other, but it's easier to sacrifice if you know that it's going towards something.
Exactly.
We gaan zeggen temu kwanto like
na the television.
Gewoon ba microbias. Ne ba kiri ko tawag algo ko yung gusto pero like that. And to me it's not even personal. Be like cool, I just won't do it next time. I'll try something else. Was it going? Okay, let's do one more question because we're already like stretching the time.
Stretching.
You know who's gonna be really happy with this episode?
Jake.
It's like,
Take with
man,
Jason. Take with Jason.
He's like, yeah, man, yo, why is your episode so short? It's like, yo, it's 45 minutes. Yeah, but it used to be an hour and a half. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, no. Before we humble, is we keep
Yeah.
What's one thing about yourself that you want to change or improve the most for the sake of your mental well-being?
Discipline. I'm trying to read up and get into it, but I need to improve my discipline very much. That's actually why I look up to you as well, because you seem like a very disciplined person and how to get that done. I think that's my biggest downfall on discipline.
Discipline. Discipline.
Discipline.
There's a brand.
They're so canceled. Yes.
And that was our last episode.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
I mean, either. I was like, I just want to say that. Hey,
You planted the seed. And I'm like,
there you go.
pass the baton.
Paamita, one thing is I think procrastination. My procrastination is something that I want to fix. I get it done, but I can make my life a whole lot easier if I just do
I get it done, but last minute.
That self-awareness when they I could have been done with this.
Hey, all my life, G. But when you gotta get this shit fucking done, man.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall, Graham at school, having to deal with like projects and stuff like that.
This is a 34-year problem right now.
That's sad. But it's a 34-year problem. But hopefully one day we'll get it right. But I said that's something I wanna fix. Yeah. What about you?
I think for me, if one thing I think will make my life easier, like that I have to find a way to work on eventually, is
patience.
Patience is always so.
But
I've got the point where I've tricked myself that the way I'm impatient is good for me. So put that.
So you went from fixing it to just accepting it.
Yeah, put a better spin. Let's go.
There you go.
It's all about branding.
Rebranding.
My rebrand, like patience. I have less expectations of myself.
Of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of pressure on myself. Like
That's fair.
a lot of it I put onto myself, and most of it is towards my benefit. Like if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be in a position I'm in. So I'm grateful for pressure. But I'm 34 now. Like I got Chichubi, I got Antiano, I got Kunuku, I got Iron House. Like quanto más me mister.
Yeah.
So there's only so much I can do. And I have to accept the fact that I shouldn't expect myself to do all the things that I've convinced myself I need to do in my head. Like I have notebooks back there with like business ideas and things I want to do in projects and not even for the fact that it makes me money. Like I'm good. I have this. I'm a lot of things that force myself to feel like I have to do this eventually. Like I'm the kind of weirdo that knows, okay, when I'm 41, I can do this. So it by mucho deep, and at some point, like for example, me and Fleur, we're having kids now. We know at some point when the youngest goes to school, that's when it opens up your afternoon again. So we have like 2 or 3 projects planned for that period because we know that the kids are gonna go to school. So we have 9 to 3, 9 to 2 for ourselves. We can get a shitload of stuff done at 9 to 2 because we work really effectively and like we know how to get shit done. But it's the same time but you don't need to. Like you can't. It's not about not being happy with what you have.
True.
But something is just like.
Where's it coming from? You think though?
My dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have a little haunting thing that is like like si bopor what you see. It's not even that deep. No, it's not even. It's home. Also, doing shit is just fun. Be like, how fun would it be to start this?
Yeah.
Or like, how cool would it be to do this? So, but there's only so much you can do. Like, I don't have the lifespan to do all the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
And at some point, you have to like let those things go so that you enjoy the little things more. Tambe.
You realize now that maybe you're having too much fun. Like you're trying to do too many things. What's that going?
Like I don't have enough time in the week to do Antiano Kunugo properly at all.
Yeah. And
now I also have Chichubi Bay.
Yeah.
And I still have Iron House.
Yeah.
And I'm managing to do enough that no one's the wiser.
Yeah.
But in myself, I'm all like, if I were to just have one less project on my plate, I could do the other projects better.
Yeah.
But I so badly want to do that tambe.
Yeah.
And that's not also, even with the other stuff that I also want to do there.
Yeah.
So what happens then, you're restless because you're like, and I don't have time to get everything that I want to.
Yeah.
But if I had an extra hour, I would like to start this thing.
Yeah.
And I need to. It'll suit me to like when I do relax, like to be able to actually relax and not have forced relaxation. I have like, okay, me tengo sin dribbel sofá, me tengo game un rato, pues me no tengo mais traumas.
Yeah. You want to force that.
Was it going?
Yeah.
So that's not a healthy way to poke. Like,
True.
Then I have moments where I'm actually relaxing. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Shit, this
Yeah.
is like I haven't thought about stuff for hours.
Yeah.
So I need to have more of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the way to get there is to just have less expectations. Like you can't save the world, you can't help everyone, you can't fix everything.
True.
You got to take care of what you got to take care of.
Yeah.
And if you're blessed with the capacity to do more, you should do it, but not to the detriment of people around you and stuff. Like so I never let it affect my household.
Yeah.
I never not take care of my kid or not take care of Fleur because I want to do something.
Yeah.
But then I'll stay up till 1 working.
Yeah.
Was it going?
Yeah. And
So,
so
I think that if I can improve one thing in myself, to be like, try to want less in from myself, so that there's more space to just be happy with what you have. Which I am. Like the thing is, I'm super happy. So I'm like, is it really a bad thing? If I feel like I'm flourishing, but it has to be true down the road time. It has to be true in 10 years time. So it's a weird thing.
Do you have like tips and tools to help you manage that now? Because I'm assuming you still have that gnawing feeling, like even let me try
I got to the point where I give myself fixed amount of effort I can put in a week. If I don't get it done, I don't get it done. It has to go to the next week.
Okay.
And then right now, because we're comfortable with our our career situation, like it'll happen when it happens. It doesn't have to happen now. I'm not at risk if it doesn't happen next week. It can happen in a month. Alles is extra. Alles is erbij. So be like, I'm giving myself 6 hours this week to work on it. If I don't get in 6 hours, then pendeel bij me. And what you also learn then is that the solution fits the time frame. Then the solution has to be something that's doable in 6 hours. If you need a 6 hours plus 1 minute, is the wrong solution. You got to roll what you got. So that's
okay. Interesting. I haven't heard that one before. Go on. Before we wrap up, I did want to touch on this because I wanted to end it on a positive note because we were talking.
That was positive.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But I mean, in the grand scheme of this conversation, is that we were talking about the stakes with mental health na Henry and TS. But then we have a key space to improve that. Like, what do we have to do? What steps do we have to take as a community as a whole to help us get where we want to get as males in the mental space?
In my opinion, mesmo com o outra coisa, me deveria parar com o team vooruitgang. Like it's slow, but it is growing. A mim querer é solução tá lead by example. Mesmo com o outra coisa, tem geração nova agora aqui. Tá começando com negócio não, com meu service outra coisa, lead by example. Mesmo com mental health. Mostra é outro não com hey, it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's okay to ask for help.
Okay. What about you, Daryl? What do you think?
That's a good one. So what can we do to
get where we want to get?
You the hinder ng tradi ng mental well-being.
So yeah, to.
You go first. I need a second.
Okay. Met de eens koe, wat doe ik met de keren? Dus sowieso paar we erover. Maar met de keren, the same point exactly we had in the other conversation with the Antiano mindset and the business and stuff is I think maybe it's a changing of the guards gewoon. So like me mirando hopi diba social media. En dan say Bobby se look the Gen Z, is that the generation beneath us?
I think so.
Whatever that generation is. Nansita very openly talk about it. Like you see, they made a bunch of TikToks en Instagram. Dat echt pape erover. Dan din ko niya skik turin yung ina pensa. And the uit na mes. Esa si me gusta hope it's generation 8. And I think maybe once we start moving towards that, things will get better. Como nantal cresce.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Ja, is aan de papi erover. Die mensen nog staan met dingen als je een draag nog steentje bij, maar dus in de hockey, we talk about it, we try to make it open, but but it may be a thing that the generation is so set in their ways now. There may be no changing it. It needs to shift over to the next one.
Yeah.
For us to get where we want to be, no? I think that's maybe how we're gonna fix it.
I think the only thing I could add to that is probably normalize papo meer staan weer. Daarop heb ik hen daarover. Like gewoon the way I do it is, I just ask people, kung dahil ko song,
Yeah.
kabias.
Yeah.
And toch gewoon bezig meneer. And people be like, Kiko, say, and they be like, say, maar niet importante toch?
Yeah.
Mensen zitten content in course naam toch?
Yeah.
Like, add that stuff to your vocabulary. Your vocabulary in a very normal way.
Yeah.
Ask about people's heart. Ask about their nang salu.
Yeah.
Nang emotion. Nang gewoon papje erover met een normaal mis. Until when you get that initial first pushback, which you always get, you're like, say toch?
Yeah.
No doet ainda. So like, normalize to the point where you force its creation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I do it all the time with dudes. Wanneer, bongo dai coração. Gonga man.
Yeah.
En dan coração. Women sa. No. Maar si bon contami mi pasa. Mi ke echt sa.
Yeah.
Just like if you learn to bring it up in that kind of casual way, and alsof het along normaal was.
Yes. Yeah.
Then you make it easier for guys to put down those barriers and just go along with it. If you have the gift of conviction, which I've been blessed with, I can just sit with somebody all like, maar snel maar papi erover toch? You want me to start? And then they can just flow into it.
Yeah.
Hoezeer, like other hand maar ik piggyback off of that, pero you gotta start somewhere. And gewoon, not everyone will react to me. Look, I know it's a difficult topic, and you don't have to share if you don't want to.
Yeah.
We say, hey, so I can go well-being. So I can
Yeah. True.
And kita cansado, kita do elbow. Be casual about it, as if we're playing domino. And I think a lot of guys respond to that.
Regular conversation, yeah. All right, fellas. I think it's a good episode, man.
Yeah.
A lot of good topics.
Me lomba gewoon quick cramp die meneer, that tense subject, huh? Oei. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Yes.
I hope you
We
enjoyed.
appreciate you.
Jump up in the comment section. Let's chat about all the topics and questions we asked.
Yeah.
And if you made it to all the way to this point, we appreciate you.
That's one.
Hour
Estimable.
32, okay.
And tell someone you love them. Put your hand on someone's shoulder. Be like, hey,
Nagagura-song.
and comment, like, subscribe, share, download, all that good stuff. And
We out.
it also helps us out when you share the snippet on socials, so it can reach more people.
Sigur, share
And
them.
then the algorithm will like us a little bit more. But that's it. Always now.
Peace.
Bij rusten.